Please give a warm welcome to this year's Crufts Hound Group judge.
Now our Hound Group judge is coming in now, escorted by Tom Mather, the chairman of Crufts. It's Moa Persson from Sweden, one of the great Swedish judges. Been in the game since she was a teenager. She's had French Bulldogs, Pugs, Labradors, her main breed now, and Golden Retrievers. A woman with a great eye and great integrity. She'll do exactly what she thinks with this group.
Well, here is the first of the Hound Group, the Afghan Hound, elegance and glamour.
And what a spectacular mover. Oh, here's the wonderful Basenji. Next, the Basset Fauve de Bretagne, the first of the Basset family.
Now the Basset Griffon Vendeen.
And here comes the smaller version, the Petit Basset Griffon Vendeen. Oh yes, very, very appealing and very happy.
This is the athletic pack under the Basset Hound, so distinctive, the scent hound with those long ears.
Here's the Bavarian Mountain Hound, one of the rarer breeds we have here. And I think we missed the Beagle there, but here comes the Bloodhound. Distinctive stride and temperament. And here is the elegance of the Borzoi.
The long-limbed Wolfhound.
From Italy, the Cirneco Dell'Etna. Sleek-coated and elegant.
And the first of 6 Dachshunds that we'll see. 3 coat varieties, remember, and 2 sizes of each.
And again, the same, but in miniature, the miniature long-haired variety. Again, really stepping out there. Standard Smooth comes next. And here is the Miniature Smooth, hugely popular now in the show ring.
And the wire-haired Dachshund, the whole body covered in that short, harsh coat.
And again, the 6th of our Dachshunds, 3 coats, 2 varieties in each, the standard and the miniature.
And possibly the greatest contrast that we'll have today, we move to the Deerhound on the vulnerable breed register.
Again, the longer-legged hounds are the sight hounds, the lower legs hunted by scent. And here, national dog of Finland, the Finnish Spitz, distinctive for this iridescent red coat.
And there's another one on the vulnerable breed list, the Foxhound. 6, though, it Crufts this year compared to only 3 last.
Here is the Greyhound, again, elegance. Swedish Foxhound now, the Hamiltonstovare.
And the Harrier comes bounding in. 15 here at Crufts, just a few down from last year, another on the vulnerable list.
The Ibizan Hound with its distinctive lifting trot, slight hover. And here, the gentle giant, the Irish Wolfhound, striding out well here.
And another ancient hunting dog here, the Norwegian Elkhound, makes its entry, 44 at Crufts this year.
And here is the Otterhound, distinctive swaggering gait.
A rabbit hunter comes in, the native to Malta is the Pharaoh Hound.
The little Portuguese warren dog, hugely popular in his own country as a family pet, but a keen worker and hunter.
Now there are over 200 Rhodesian Ridgebacks here at Crufts. It's the 2nd biggest breed entry, behind only the Whippet.
The elegance of the Saluki. From Africa, the Sloughi. Distinctive outline. And here, the Whippet. From a huge entry, 2 judges to decide best of breed.
And this is the winner of the import group, the Griffon Fauve de Bretagne, a French hound, a wolf hunter with that rough red wheaten coat. So we have the winners of each of the breed, the best of breeds from the Hound Group in the arena. And so task for our judge to start to assess them all. And there's such a difference, isn't there, Frank, in the body shapes that we see in all these dogs around the Hound Group?
Yes, shape and function. They use different types of hunting, demanded different forms of body shape. Moa just striding around, taking her time, taking in the shape, the wire coat. You can see the crispness of wire coat there in the standard wire.
And again, she'll be looking to see, won't she, Frank, that these dogs are still fit for function, what they're originally bred to do.
Yes, so all of our breed standards demand that they were made fit for function, no exaggeration. There is the gentle giant, the Irish Wolfhound.
It is very distinct, isn't it? Those low to the ground, made and built for hunting via scent, and those on taller legs so they could get better sight.
Yes, absolutely. And again, the different coats, some for protection and some with coats that protected them from the heat as well, in the heats of the desert. Now, what a start we have here. Moa coming to see this Afghan Hound. This is a wonderful Afghan Hound, best of breed under a breed specialist from America today, Michael Canalizo. This, the most spectacular of the hound breeds, a result of its glamorous coat and elegant carriage. Lovely long head, almond-shaped eye, this strong underjaw, and look at the patterning of the coat on its back, this shorter saddle of hair along its back, prominent haunch bones and a curl in the tail. Important breed features.
So we'll see this beautiful Afghan Hound on the move, looking for a smooth and springy movement here. This is a 5-year-old female that's come here from the USA, from Miami in Florida.
And at Cider here, she was best of breed at Westminster recently, the big American show. In 2023, second top dog all breeds and top winning hound, so she's a great track record. She won the CC at Crufts last year. She's had a second CC this year, but look at that light lift of movement, the high head carriage and the tail carried like a scimitar with a little curl at the end. Oh.
Now the Basenji, the dog that has no bark, it makes a kind of yodeling sound, although we won't expect to hear that in the arena today. But the history of the dog goes back to the Pharaoh times. You often see paintings in tombs that look very much like these dogs, and we'll expect to see this aristocratic type of air, and in particular the curl in the tail, a distinctive feature.
Now, the breed has a gazelle-like elegance. It's got this short back, these long legs, this double curled tail, and this long swinging stride. This one, a red and white, coming from Poland. This young exhibitor, a very clever breeder and handler, and she's won best of breed here at Crufts today. That's a great day for her.
And they're known as particularly clean breeds as well, clean as a cat.
Wonderful illustration of the stride and the tail. The head is wrinkled and the sharply neat pricked ears. And here we have the Basset Fauve de Bretagne. One of the Basset family, they're all, the word Basset means low to ground, and they're all short-legged so they could get their heads down to take in the scent. Fauve means fawn, and it comes in this rich red fawn or a wheaten colour, yes. The judge just seeing the texture of the coat. It should be crisp on top, softer undercoat for protection. They were used for hunting hare, and often judge were hunting in packs or in pairs. I saw them at the hunting festival in Chantilly in France. Great to see them working in their pairs. And what a wonderful colour and type this one is.
I'm looking for that tail to be set high, tapering to a point, carried like a sickle when moving, and this one giving it a good wag as well. Very much enjoying time on this carpet. This is the tallest, the Basset Griffon Vendeen, the Grand variety. He's got the longest legs, the longest body, and the longest ears, and was originally used for hunting hare and rabbit.
This comes from a very famous kennel in the Netherlands. They won the Hound Group here last year with a different one. Two sisters who bred consistently good dogs in both sizes. Everything about the Grand is long. Long head, long ears, long body, and a long tail, carried like a scimitar. And it should be a rustic coat, should be crisp to the touch, and it should look rustic. It should not be over-trimmed. And here is the Petit variety, the Petit Basset Griffon Vendeen. Everything more compact. It's a more moderately shaped muzzle, the ears just reaching the end of the nose, so they're moderately long as well. A more compact hound, but again, the same rustic qualities.
And this one already a champion dog has come here from Taunton in Somerset, female, 17 months old.
And becoming a champion today, so that's a great day for her to be made a champion at Crufts.
Judge will be looking for a great drive on the move. A little bit of hesitation here.
And coming from a famous kennel, the sole trader kennel of Gavin and Sarah Robertson. They bred the Best in Show winner at Westminster last year.
Now here is the scent hound, the Basset Hound, a really athletic pack hunter, and those long ears are made to enclose the scent, and those flappy elastic skin gives protection when the dog's in thick undergrowth. It's a really tenacious hound.
This is the Basset we usually see more frequently in the British Isles. Now, they used to say long, low and level, but we don't want exaggeration. They should be moderately long and moderately low. They have to have good ground clearance. They used to work over rough terrain, so if they were too low to the ground, that would be a hindrance. And they should also not be exaggerated in the skin. Moderate wrinkle on the head. There should be not too much loose skin, which causes sometimes eye problems and sometimes skin problems. Moderation in everything. A substantial dog, but it should be able to be still athletic and stride out well. Now here is the Bavarian Mountain Hound. It's a scent hound used for tracking wounded game, so he's essentially a bloodhound. And a German breed. He's descended from the Hanoverian Hound, which was like a small German bloodhound. Deer red or shaded, as we see here, or brindled. He's rectangular in build, quite long in the body, and these long ears. It's said that when they put their heads down, they encase the scent.
And this one has come from the Netherlands. The Beagle is very distinctive, a compact outline, sturdy. It's the smallest of the British pack hounds. 184 of them here at Crufts this year. Same number as last year, in fact, but a bold dog with real stamina and determination, an amiable character as well.
And this is the top Beagle of last year. She's had great success. She's been a Best in Show winner, all breeds. She comes from the Mrs. Havard and her daughter Linda, who bred her. Been successful for many years. And this one is, I think, their top winner in their kennel. Everything should be working type. Soft expression, good big nostrils to taking in the scent. The stern indicates their working quality, and ground coverage, clean, long stride. Now, our judge going over the Bloodhound, who's very curious, and he's using his scenting faculties as she goes over him. Again, the distinct domed head and long ears, this elasticity in the skin. The name explains his original purpose, to follow the scent of wounded animals, traditionally wild boar or deer, but arrived and eventually developed to track criminals and fugitives and missing people.
This one, 14 months old from Devon. There's 30 bloodhounds at Crufts this year on the vulnerable breeds list.
Like many of the hounds, the French hounds came with the Norman conquest. Acute scenting powers. I've been tracked by one of these on a working trial, and he found me behind a tree, which was an amazing, amazing experience to see how they work like that.
It's got a strong scent, Frank, that's why. The Wolfhound of the Imperial Russian aristocracy. This is the Borzoi, which is a really, well, quite an imposing but very impressive sight. Elegant, curvaceous outline. That coat just says luxury, doesn't it? And the word Borzoi means swift. And so that's one of the things the judge will be looking for, well-balanced, graceful in the movement.
This aerodynamic build, it's got this arch, muscular arch over the loin to give it propulsive power when galloping, a long jaw, punishing. The head should be quite fine. You should be able to see the veins through the skin. Now on the table, the Cirneco Dell'Etna originates in Sicily, where he was bred for hunting rabbits on the foothills of Mount Etna. It's got this elegance in its clean outline, this long neck, this wedge-shaped head and these sharply pricked ears. Very smart, clean-lined, and bears some resemblance to the Pharaoh Hound, which we'll see later in the group.
It's thought that the two might share some ancestry. The Cirneco, smaller, slender and elegant we see here, but the judge will still be looking for a certain robustness about it. But on the move, we're seeing this springy trot, striding out well. Sleek coat as well, very short on the head, ears and legs. But that particular action of the Cirneco Dell'Etna. And here we have the first of the 6 Dachshunds. This is the long-haired Dachshund, and they are dogs that love a burrow. German in origin and used for hunting badger and rabbit, and still used now for tracking wounded game or going to ground after badgers and rabbits.
This one, the standard long hair, conical shaped head. You can see the deep chest, strong bone, but again, they mustn't be too low. They have to have ground clearance. Neither should they be too long in the body, because that can lead to problems with the spine. So we want them moderate, and these strong hindquarters, this not overcoated, that would hinder them when working. It's a protective coat.
So lots of feathering, but should never be curly.
Yeah. And here is the miniature long hair. And again, the same standard shared by all of the Dachshund family. It's just the size and the coat, which is the difference. Here, again in miniature form, one of the challenges to get all of the same qualities in a smaller mold. Hugely popular as a family pet because of their size and their temperament. Very smart dogs.
And this one's pet name is Red. And the note we've got here says, Red lives for dog shows. A dog who could show himself. He certainly is moving with a real keenness around this arena.
Absolutely. It's does he think he's a miniature? No, he's going with the best of them. Lovely reach in front, nice top line held on the move, and a very elegant head.
The first of the smooth Dachshunds, basically the long head but without the coat on. The shape of the body is really clear here. You can see that outline, the long back, strong breastbone, and that back should never be so long as to cause the dog any problems, and be looking for free movements when the dog gets on the move as well.
The standard smooth is the one we used to see most frequently, but it's been overtaken by the miniature and the long-haired variety now. This one, local dog makes good. It's from Birmingham, so not far to travel, and it's been a very good winner for the owner, Dr. Manish Shoman. Lots of wins to its credit. A female, so again, that lovely level top line, nice tail carriage, and this clean stride in front. The quality and balance is there. Black and tan, you see the tan shadings on the muzzle, the legs, and over the eyebrows. And here is the miniature smooth. Huge entry today, and this is the winner. Full of quality. The miniature smooths have great character. The standard for the Dachshund says rash to the point of braveness. So there we are.
This one 5.5 years old, another from Birmingham. This is the dog, sometimes nicknamed the sausage dog, isn't it, because of the low body and that smooth and short coat. But still, again, looking for enough clearance to be able to move freely across the carpet, as we're seeing here.
The movement, the strength from behind, using the hocks well to drive it forward. Brave to the point of rashness. That's the temperament of the Dachshund.
Here's the wire-haired Dachshund, 123 of them at Crufts this year. So that wire hair is a particular feature known as the badger dog in Germany. But yeah, looking for that beard, and you can see that the hair on the chin, but almost smooth hair over the ears.
And you can see the wonderful texture that the judge is feeling there. Crisp top coat, good bone and lovely feet, strong feet, very important in the breed because they had to dig. They had to dig and track. The other thing about them is that they were tracking dogs. They could track the game and go to ground. So they had to have stamina and athleticism, but not be too low on the leg.
And as well as the beard, we get to see the front, might see those bushy eyebrows as well.
The crisp coat, they get a little bit of furnishings on the eyebrows and the beard. But if there's too much of it, it usually means that this coat is too soft. This one particularly good, I think. Lovely. And again, the miniature wire-haired Dachshund now. Everything in miniature, but the judge is looking for the same things: a good lay of shoulder, strong bone, long rib cage, which is very important. It supports the top line, well-curved hind legs, which gives driving power on the move, and this long head and strong jaw. Just because they're miniature doesn't mean to say they have to be puny or weak. They have to be sturdy working dogs.
The breed standards talks about the head being carried defiantly. I think we can almost see that. Conical-shaped head when viewed from above, and you can see the tapering of the tip of the nose when you view it from the side. And this is the last of the 6 types of Dachshunds.
And again, full of confidence and carrying itself really well. The Dachshunds tonight have acquitted themselves well.
The imposing sight of the Deerhound, the sight hound. It's got a really gentle temperament, but these breeds can pull down full-grown stags. They look a little like the Greyhound, but much bigger boned with that rough coat. So distinctive, but on the vulnerable breeds list, 76 here at Crufts.
There should be an elegance about the Deerhound, this wonderful, far-seeing expression, this light stride, aerodynamic in that it's like a arch over the loin to give it galloping power. It's like, rather like a heavier, rough-coated Greyhound. Lightness of foot.
And it's a 3-year-old female from Derbyshire.
And there we have the sharply pricked ears and expression of the Finn Hound, the national dog of Finland. Iridescent red coat, standing off from the neck to give it a mane. It's quite light in build. It should also be firm and hard. It's a great hunter. It's got Spitz characteristics, which are this wedge-shaped head, pricked ears, the tail curved over the back, and it was used for hunting birds and other game.
We see the bright red coat, but the puppies actually have black hairs, don't they? But then they decrease with age.
And it's one of the most vociferous hunters. When it sees game in the trees, it barks to attract the hunters.
Now, there are just 6 foxhounds here at Crufts. It's on the vulnerable breeds register, but this is double the number that were here last year. And you'll recognise this breed if you're out and about in the countryside. Although, of course, for foxhounds go drag hunting these days with the horses rather than fox hunting. But a dog with huge stamina and endurance.
And this actually is from a working pack, so it's a working foxhound. It comes from the pack of Lady Victoria Percy in Alnwick, Northumberland. She's the master of the pack, so it is a working foxhound. There's a bit of history here, I think, in it winning today. Now the symmetrical outline of the Greyhound. Everything should look smooth and flowing, a series of curves, a long snake-like head, an elegant neck, an arch over the loin, and this deep chest for capacious lungs and galloping power. Everything aerodynamic, and this smooth, daisy-cutting action in front.
And the judge will be looking to see that tail is carried low. And although slender-legged, the bones of those long forelegs should have real substance and quality to them. This is the Hamiltonstovare, a Swedish hunter who hunts solo. It was bred to hunt deer and fox and wild boar. And the tricolour that we see here is a particular breed characteristic with that distinctive white blaze.
And it comes from the English foxhound. It was almost extinct, and Count Hamilton found a few specimens of the breed and revived the breed. One of the interesting things that, well, many of the hound breeds have to carry their tail high. It's desirable that the Hamiltonstovare doesn't raise the tail above the level of the back. And this rich tricolour colouring, the Swedish foxhound. Now, the Harrier is a recent addition to the Royal Kennel Club registers. It's a vulnerable breed, but it's been brought back into the Kennel Club register by some devoted owners, including the Holcomb Pack. And here, Charlotte Farrer, handling today, a keen supporter of the breed. She has Hennessy Fancy here today. This is a lemon and white. The Harrier, originally bred to hunt hare, followed on foot, but latterly followed on horseback.
Really built for stamina so that they can cover long distances and cross difficult terrains as well. Just 15 here at Crufts this year.
And this one, a lemon and white.
Now, this is the Sight Hound that has roots in ancient Egypt, the Ibizan Hound, the rabbit hunter of Ibiza and the next door island of Formentera. Tall and narrow, and those long erect ears are a particular distinct feature, as is what we'd call a suspended trot when we see him get on the move.
There's this long-legged elegance, and we see a little hovering trot. There's a little lift before he puts the front paws down. Again, long-legged, and this elegance in the head shape, the large ears. And again, another thing that's peculiar to the breed is that he has rather straight shoulders. In many breeds, we want a well-laid back shoulder and a deep chest. This is straighter in the shoulder and a little shallower in the chest.
And this one's come from the USA.
Now, here is the Irish Wolfhound. Great applause for him, the gentle giant of the group. This is the top winner in the breed for last year. Still a young dog, just 2 years old. He comes from the Carradine kennel in Anglesey, so great to see him here. This, again, one of the great challenges is to get size and substance and athleticism. His name tells you his original function. He was originally used in Ireland for hunting down wolves. And again, he had to have galloping power, but also strength and courage.
And we see the movement showing a breed that is muscular, yet also there's a certain grace to that movement as well, isn't there? That rough and harsh coat that can be a little longer over the eyes.
Again, long stride, deep-chested. He's relatively young in Wolfhound terms, 2 years old, perhaps not yet fully mature, but he looks a wonderful dog, and this long, clean, powerful stride.
Now, the Norwegian Elkhound has this really distinctive grey coat. It's another ancient hunting dog. In Norway, they've found skeletons dating back to the Stone Age. But that close, abundant coat is such a feature. 44 of them at Crufts.
I think they're a wonderful workman-like hound. There's nothing exaggerated about them. Again, Spitz features in the wedge-shaped head, the pricked ears, the harness markings over the shoulder, that double coat with lighter shadings behind the shoulders there are a breed feature. Should have good length of leg, capable of hunting, and this strong character. I think they're a wonderful breed. And there's a distinctive, rather noble head of the Otterhound. Like the Foxhound, the Otterhound was traditionally a pack hound, but when the hunting of otters was banned in 1978, the breed was in danger of being extinct. A couple of hunts, the Dunfermline and the Kendall hunt, gave the breeders some hound stock to build them up, and they are the basis of the current dogs. Again, waterproof coat. They had to go in water, so you want a waterproof coat. They've got webbed feet to help them swimming and to tackle the water and the rocks. And again, an oily texture to the coat, so you always know when you've judged them, you've got oil on your hands. They're oily and a little bit pungent, dare I say. And
this one only 11 months old from Hereford. Now, the Pharaoh Hound was a rabbit hunter. It hunts using both scent and sound. It's got those very fine ears, large and standing erect. That is a particular feature of the Pharaoh Hound.
Again, a hound of elegance. This one coming from a top kennel in Oslo, Norway. He's had a lot of wins here. Very good stock, elegance, light on the move, and carrying themselves well. Go back to Egyptian times. Silhouettes like this Pharaoh Hound were seen on the tombs of the pharaohs, hence the name.
Looking for really clean-cut lines and a show of agility as the Pharaoh Hound's on the move.
Now for something completely different. It's the little Portuguese Podengo. Podengo means rabbit hunter. He's hugely popular in Portugal, now as a family dog, but traditionally used for hunting rabbits and small game. And he was pretty good at keeping down the vermin in the villages too. This one, rough-coated, you can see them smooth or broken-coated. Come in 3 sizes, but we only have the smaller size here in the UK.
And this one, 3 years old, was best of breed at Crufts here last year. So making a return is Treacle. These dogs make very good family dogs now. But the Podengo translates as the Warren Hound. Very swift and light when they're on the move. Straight legs and a level back, triangle ears.
And great characters. To me, they're the Jack Russell of Portugal. They're so popular, yes.
This is a popular breed. There are over 200 at Crufts, 213. It's a really athletic and courageous dog with that distinctive ridge of hair that grows in the reverse direction along its spine, hence the name, the Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Originally a dog used for tracking lions in Zimbabwe, and it's thought that the ridge of hair on the back, the stronger the ridge, the more courageous the dog. Again, a bit of canine hunter folklore there, but they're a wonderful breed, athletic and lithe on the move. So I had to track the lions, hold them there till the guns came.
Judge looking for a sleek, glossy and dense coat there.
Now the elegance of the Saluki, the almond-shaped eyes, long muzzle, high-set ears with fringing on the bottom, and again, everything is about symmetry and balance. Deep-chested for capacious lungs, deep chest, good length of leg, and again, this one with the plumes of coat on its tail, ears, and a little on the legs.
Judge will look for a dignified expression. The breed standard describes the eyes as being faithful and far-seeing. I love that description. And moving with a real lightness and lift.
You can also get the smooth coat, which don't have the feathering on them.
From the Saluki to the Sloughi. This one beat a field of just 6 here at Crufts this year, and it's one of the lesser-known breeds, a North African dog that was brought to Europe after the occupation of Algeria. It's a sight hound, very lean, and it really will carry no excess fat, which is so they could keep cool in desert environments, and you can almost see the ribs, which is really a feature of adapting to its environment.
Yes, it's more angular than the Saluki. I think it's, you see the prominent haunch bones. Again, there should be a degree of elegance. This one a brindle. And very playful. I think enjoying the experience here in the big ring.
Yeah, very fine coat, thin-skinned, almost a racy breed.
And here the elegance of the Whippet. It's a mixture of elegance and athletic power. Symmetry in its smooth curving outline, lovely long neck running into smooth shoulders, an arch over the loin, a well-turned back leg, and again this elegance in the head and neat, fine ears. It's a rather a rags to riches story because it was used by miners in the northeast for bringing home the hare or the rabbit for supper. They used to race them and gamble on them. Now, all over the world, the Whippet is one of the most elegant of show dogs and hugely popular everywhere.
And that popularity is reflected by the fact that there are 376 here at Crufts, the biggest breed group amongst the hound category. Bright oval eyes, very alert.
Coming from a very successful kennel in Italy.
Now, the last of the hound group is the winner of the import group, the Griffon Fauve de Bretagne, a French hound, a wolf hunter, a distinctive rough red wheaten coat. And it should be certainly fit for function. That coat shouldn't show any sign of trimming. And we should see that tail carried high once it gets on the move.
We saw earlier the Basset Fauve, same type with their crisp fawn coat and the same nobility of the head, but this one has the longer legs, and it was developed for hunting larger deer and was used with the Griffon, a larger hunting breed, to get this size and balance.
So we have seen all the dogs in the hound group, all the best of breeds. It's now time for the judge to select her shortlist. Well, we have seen such a variety, Frank, haven't we? What's your feeling? Any that have particularly stood out?
I think there's some very good dogs. I think it's a strong group, and I think the Afghan, the Borzoi made an impression. The Whippet went well. The Dachshunds all acquitted themselves well. For the smaller breeds, they went very well today. Now, Moa, great eye for a dog. Her mentors were some of the famous older Swedish judges, so she's had a good apprenticeship over the years. Started as a teenager, came to England to lots of the big kennels to learn about the breeds.
So it's about the dog being fit for function, matching that breed standard as closely as possible.
In comes the whippet. The first whippet is to be called out. In comes the Pharaoh Hound. And the Irish Wolfhound. Morse, the young Irish, comes out. The Greyhound comes out. Down the line, where's she going? Purposeful striding down. Dachshund, 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 Dachshund. It's the standard long comes out. The Borzoi is brought out. The Petit Basset and the Afghan. The Afghan's there. So now we have a competition on our hands. So, and an appreciative round of applause for the others given by the judge. That's very sporting of her. Appreciating the quality of dogs she's had in this group. So, now, we have 9, I believe, in the final here. Now, just having a word with the steward, telling him what she's going to do and what movement pattern she's going to follow. So the Italian whippet. Again, the judge is looking for a smooth, daisy-cutting action. Should be far-reaching, and it should also keep its arch over the loin on the move. And there's the Norwegian, the Pharaoh Hound, coming from Oslo to win. Again, very athletic and lithe on the move, that rich russet red coat. The wonderful workman-like Elkhound. I like this one a lot. She's got a very good shortlist here. Really workman-like. There. Big cheers for Morse, the gentle giant of an Irish Wolfhound. Mafioso, an Italian name. Here's the lithe, elegant Greyhound. And there the standard long Dachshund, really strutting his stuff. Lovely top line. Great carriage of the head and the tail. A picture of elegance. And there is the long-legged elegance of the Borzoi, striding out. The Russian Wolfhound, long punishing head, curve over the loin. And something quite different now, the compact Petit Basset Griffon Vendeen, quite young to get to this level, made a champion today. Oh my goodness, here comes that elegance in the Afghan Hound. Look at the stride and carriage of this one. Bred in Chile, big successes in America.
Well, the fact that there are 9 in the shortlist, Frank, speaks to the quality of this group.
So where is she going to go, these 9? It's a fantastic group of...
There's a certain amount of tension in the arena right now. Oh, that's going to be so popular.
The Italian Whippet has won the group from the biggest entry in the Hound Group. An Italian victory. Look, in second place, it's the Afghan Hound. In third spot, Mafioso, the young Wolfhound. In fourth spot, the Pharaoh from Norway. So the Whippet wins it, the Afghan runner-up, the Wolfhound in third place, and there's the Pharaoh. What a great quartet she had to fill the places.
A fabulous win here for the 4-year-old from Italy, from Florence. Muccia is the pet name. And well, absolutely fabulous for a dog which has not yet been a champion coming into Crufts 2025. This Whippet is going through to Best in Show.
So we have an Italian from the Terrier Group and an Italian from the Hound Group.
And this is the Whippet, number 4672, who goes through to Sunday evening. And
the handler, Giovanni Ligori, describes her as a very sweet dog.
gentleman very calm and settled in this arena, holding the picture of arch over the loin.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
beautiful
before
brindle
you
coat.
all go home tonight, let's just catch a quick word with our winning Whippet handler here. Can you tell us who you are, where you're from, and tell us a little bit about this dog, please?
I am from Italy. I'm a Whippet breeder. It's my first time here at Crufts, so it feels amazing.
Anyone else? This has just happened in the Terrier group as well. We've got an Italian winner as well. Wow, the Italians are on fire today.
Yeah, amazing. We are so proud. It's incredible. It's amazing.
Well, many congratulations. We'll see you again on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of the Hound Group, the Whippets.